Greenprint is a bold vision to enhance the quality of life and livability of the greater Sacramento region by optimizing the benefits of our urban forest. The 5th Annual Greenprint Summit took place January of 2015. The event featured inspiring speakers from around the nation and showcased research and projects that demonstrate the many benefits of community-led urban forest projects.
Our goals today are for you to learn, connect, and act.
We all know that our canopy is priceless. You can't put a dollar value on our trees. But we live in a society where money talks, and we have to do that.
Trees connect to human health and well-being. They also help to remove air pollutants, reduce stormwater runoff, reduce energy use. They make for great habitat for our wildlife. These two things come together, really form two halves of a whole that belong together all along. It just took a while for science to catch up, and now we've got data to prove it. We wanted to estimate the difference in health outcomes of two neighborhoods that were identical, but one that had 18% tree canopy cover and 28% tree canopy cover. We found that increased neighborhood tree canopy was associated with self-reported better general health. So this is the health that people perceive to have. We also found that the greater the neighborhood tree canopy, the less likely that children, teens, and adults in the sample were to be overweight or obese. The more likely adults experienced higher level of social cohesion or that sense of community, the less likely adults were to have asthma. We found more adults participating in vigorous physical activity, and the more likely that teens had improved mental health. So there's no question in my mind and those who collaborated on the study that there is an inextricable link and association between better health in many dimensions and more tree cover.
So we looked at Portland, and basically what we did was set up arguably the most detailed air pollution monitoring system in the country. We really found a direct, statistically robust, and significant relationship between the amount of tree cover within about 400 meters surrounding each of these monitoring sites and the specific reduction in this nitrogen oxide pollutant that we were looking at. In a nutshell, we were able to look at these 5 different health impacts based on the BenMap model, and we were able to see that, for example, the overall impact of this one pollutant is about 25 million per year across our study region. When you take all these things and you look at places that had more trees, we can start to say that there is a quantifiable 4.5, roughly $4.5 million per year impact on prevention, so this is a preventative approach, on the communities that are living in and around treed areas.
Exposure to trees improves our psychological and cognitive function, so our minds work better. It improves our ability to cope with stress. It improves social cohesiveness and capital. So we compared social capital for residents, so for individuals, with the tree canopy percentage for their neighborhoods.
We looked at these different things in a statistical model. The tree canopy mattered as much in this prediction as household income or education level when predicting an individual's social capital.
The goals of the campaign are to conserve energy, to address climate change, and to create better neighborhoods for walking and improve public health. We aim to do this through the planting of 400 trees on private property in selected neighborhoods in Woodland.
The city of West Sacramento last year started offering free fruit trees to the residents of West Sacramento so they can strive for wellness. I think this is what we're all here for, is striving for wellness through our programs.
We started looking, how can we apply some of these principles of the park neighborhoods of Sacramento? How can we, which are the neighborhoods that people come back to and really look at as being some of those real sustainable neighborhoods that they want to live in? And how can we apply all the lessons learned to master planning a community? This 227 acres of the project includes about 7,500 trees. So what we did is we worked with the USDA Forest Service Center to look at really quantitatively looking at what is the value of those 7,500 trees planted in this project. This had never been done before with a master plan community. If you look at the reductions in energy use, we can see that through those 7,500 trees, there'll be a reduction in the use by 225,000 kilowatts annually in the early years and by up to 875,000 kilowatts as the urban forest develops within just that 227 acres. So that is the net value from an energy standpoint of those 7,500 trees.
And there's two aspects to Save Our Canopy. The first is statewide legislation that will sustain and increase our canopy. So we need to generate a consistent stream of revenue to support the management, the health of our municipal forests. The second one is that we will have local canopy targets and ordinances that will support our efforts at the regional and the statewide level. So I think when we put our voices together and we have a simple, clear message, it's pretty hard to ignore us.
We need to plant more, not just because of our environment, not just because of the wildlife and habitat that we share this wonderful blue bouncing ball in the universe with, but it matters to us. It matters to our health. It matters to our longevity. It matters to whether or not we are going to have chronic disease. It is one factor of many that can really promote our health if we do it well and we do it right and we make the investment and we have policies in place in order to make health the center point of all we do. And trees play an inextricably linked and important role to that.
And we hope that it inspires you to act. That is really the ultimate goal. We want you to join us in our mission to build the best urban forest. We're just a small group. We can't do it all. So we need our jurisdictions, our cities, our schools, our community groups, and our citizens to take action, and that's what we work for every day.
The urban forest has exceedingly more clarity. It's more compelling again for me, and I have more purpose again. And so I want to thank all of you, all of the presenters for making this happen. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Sacramento Tree Foundation, building healthy, livable communities in the Sacramento region by growing the best urban forest in the nation.